Hello guys, and welcome to another video, and earlier today, new information about Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe dropped. It's weird that they didn't do a trailer. I couldn't find a trailer, like even on the Japanese YouTube channel, but it's weird how they didn't do like a proper trailer, rather like more information dropped on the Japanese website, and a couple different things were revealed on the North American Twitter account, but it's weird how they were dropping the information, but overall we did get a lot of information about this game, like a ton of new things that we didn't know before, and overall it's looking to be a pretty good remake. I do have a couple problems with it, but they're not really due to the game itself, just a feature that it's lacking, but I'll get into that in a little bit. It doesn't really, like, hinder the experience of the game. It's just something that it should have had, but overall, it looks pretty good, and I like a lot of the new things that they're adding here. Like, for starters, the new copy abilities look really nice. Like, Stand looks to be like a mixture between the Leaf copy ability and Whip. I think there's also a couple others as well, like, it kind of has some elements of Tornado in there, but it looks like a pretty cool copy ability, and I'm excited to see how it plays out in the game. It also showed more information and more gameplay of the Mecha copy ability, which also looks pretty cool as well, and I'm looking forward to using that. I think it looks pretty cool overall, like with the design. It's definitely one of the coolest designs for a copy ability, like in terms of like the hat and outfit and everything. It just looks really cool overall, and I just really like the idea. And with both of these new copy abilities, there's actually two new enemies as well, and I think it's cool because it's adding to the enemy variety as well, and it's actually changing more to this game than we initially expected and everything. It's not just like a straight one-to-one remake. They're actually doing more to this. They're actually improving a lot of things about this. Almost like how Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition did, because that's also a Wii game released around the same time that also got a lot of improvements. So I feel like that's kind of what this is getting, like this remake is getting. It's kind of a remake in the sense where, one, it's kind of being developed supposedly in like the newer engine for that series, like how Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition was developed in the Xenoblade 2 engine, and it seems like this game is being developed in the Star Allies engine. I might be wrong, we don't really have any concrete evidence of that happening, but it seems like with the visual style and everything, that it is like made from the ground up and everything, and was probably made in the Star Allies engine, which looks really nice. I'm glad it isn't a straight up port like how Skyward Sword HD was. With Skyward Sword HD, that was basically just like a port. I believe it was a port that was just had some visual enhancements. That's basically the equivalent of what you could do in Dolphin. So it's really nice to see a game, like an actual Wii remaster with effort put into it. Like there's new animations, like just a lot of the things have been improved, like the visual style is overhauled. Like it's now kind of in the style of like the pop-up Kirby game that was being developed for the GameCube and Wii that was canceled and kind of led to Return to Dreamland. So I think it's cool that it has a new visual style overall. I think it looks really cool, and it looks distinct from the other Kirby games on the Switch, and it just looks really nice overall, and all of the artwork and renders that are releasing with it look really cool. It's kind of like a mixture between like the regular 3D Kirby and kind of like a cel-shaded style, and it looks really nice. I really like how it looks, kind of like a mashup between like 2D and 3D. It looks really cool, and I feel like it looks unique compared to other Kirby games, like just kind of taking some inspiration from that one canceled game, and it just looks really cool overall. They're also adding some new elements into the game itself as well, like the ability to play as like 4 different Kirbys rather than like the different characters, which is really nice. So if everyone wants to play as Kirby and have the different copy abilities, that's a nice feature to have. There's also an item storage thing that I saw. I think that's what it was. It was on the Japanese website. I'm not sure if that's really like necessary for anyone who's like at least decently good at video games, so because Kirby games tend to be pretty easy. But if it's like very small items or like things that are like not really like making the game any easier, just making things more convenient overall, and they kind of balance the amount of items in the game differently, then I could see that's more necessary for people who are better at the game and everything. But it's a good feature to have regardless. If there's like someone that's wants to get into video games or the Kirby series in general, not really a feature for me, but it's nice that it's there. And it's just, it kind of goes to show that they're definitely doing a lot to improve this game, and it definitely seems like they're adding a lot more features to it overall, and I'm really excited about it. And another thing, like kind of an extra thing that they're adding as well, is the Magalore Land, kind of like a Magalore themed amusement park, and basically this includes different sub-games from throughout the Kirby series. I think that's pretty cool. It would be really cool at some point to see like a big, massive Kirby sub-game collection, but this is cool as well, as there's 10 sub-games on here, and there's a couple new ones, and most of them are like remakes of sub-games from other games, and a lot of them are pretty good here. Well, they have like some classic ones from like Kirby's Adventure, Superstar, different games like that, like even one from Squeak Squad as well. I think it's, yeah, they have Samurai Kirby from Superstar, Bomb Rally from Nightmare in Dreamland, Ninja Dojo from Return to Dreamland, and then a few others, Smash Ride, different things like that. And one addition that I really like here is Checkerboard Chase, since I love Kirby 64, and Checkerboard Chase is my favorite sub-game from Kirby 64, so I think it's really cool that they included it here. I think that's going to be really fun overall, the play and everything, and the fact that it was kind of like remade in HD and everything, that's really nice. But there's one problem. Kind of wanted to segue into that, but I would really like to play this game, and especially Checkerboard Chase, online with my friends. But unfortunately, this game isn't going to support online, which is weird. It's 2023, and this is kind of a multiplayer-centric game. I guess it's kind of like 50-50 between single-player and multiplayer. That's usually how some of the 2D Kirby games are. But I feel like Return to Dreamland would definitely benefit from online multiplayer. In Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury added multiplayer, and that's kind of like this game, because it can be played in either single player or multiplayer, and it's kind of like a game in it. Well, I mean, it's a very different game, but like a game in a somewhat similar style to this, and that had online multiplayer added to it, like with friends at least. So I feel like it's a bit weird that they didn't add the option to play online, at least with friends. I would have been okay if they didn't have like random online multiplayer, because I feel like it's kind of like, for a game like this, you usually don't see that. That's usually for games more like just regular, like online-centric games like Splatoon and games like that. With the games like this, I think it's fine to have like at least online multiplayer with friends, but that they don't even have that here, which is really weird. And I feel like that would have been a good selling point for this game. And yeah, it's just a huge missed opportunity that they're not going to have like online multiplayer, like at least with friends and everything. They have all of these mini games and sub games here that would be really fun to play online, but they just don't have that option, as well as like the main story as well, since the main story is kind of built around being able to use co-op and everything, and it's not supported. It's really weird, and I know there's other games that don't support online that is a pretty weird decision, like New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, but that was a straight-up port with barely any changes at all. This, like, Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe has a lot of changes, and it seems like it's built from the ground up. And I feel like they really could have implemented an online system here. And yeah, it's kind of crazy that they didn't do online here. Even though the online probably would have been pretty laggy due to how like most Nintendo Switch games are, but it's kind of disappointed that it's not here. Though I still am gonna enjoy this game no matter what. Like the lack of online really isn't gonna hinder my like how I enjoy this game and everything. I'm probably gonna still really enjoy this, but the lack of online multiplayer is still a huge missed opportunity. I know it really isn't in other modern Kirby games and other modern 2D Kirby games, but I don't think that means that the lack of online multiplayer is justified. They could have easily added it here, and yeah, it's just a huge missed opportunity. We can just hope that they like update the game to add it, but that would still be unfortunate since like we wanted it here at launch and everything. So yeah, and it's probably pretty unlikely that they would update the game to add online multiplayer, like, because they really don't like update games like this often, like remakes and different things like that. So I don't think that's very likely. So yeah, overall, looks to be a pretty good remake of Return to Dreamland. I'm excited about it and everything, and glad to see that Checkerboard Chase is back, and I'm glad that they're improving the main game as well. But it is a little disappointing that there isn't online multiplayer here. So anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more, and make sure to check out my Discord server if you want to. Goodbye.